What's poppin'? It's your guy King Dave from TrapMonster.net. Here today I'm going to be showing you guys how to get a better mix out of your monitors or headphones. Matter of fact, shout out to Mr. Different Man because he inspired this video. Kids, let's go. Alright, so here we are looking at Sonarworks. This is one of the VSTs right here I'll be using in this demonstration of mixing and getting a well-balanced mix. Matter of fact, I'll be doing a lot more mixing tutorials, and this is going to be partial of one, and also a review as well over the new plugin that I have right here. It's just a demo I have. I'm thinking about getting the full version of Reference 4. But as you can see, I'm on my 15-day trial, whatever, at this point, and I'm pretty I'm liking it, man. It's pretty dope. I'm monitoring. I have the monitor setup template, and then also have a setup for my headphones, which I'm using the DT770 Studios with the 80 ohms set up on it, and then I got my monitors right here. Is the HS80s, and I did the room treatment or whatever. I got some padding in my room, spot padded here and there, got bass traps and stuff like that, but even still then it's still going to give a color to the room, you know what I'm saying, we'll be having spot pads and stuff like that. So I use this software right here to balance my speakers out so I'm actually getting the right reference and the sound that I'm looking for and where I need to go from there, you know what I'm saying. So first thing first, there's plenty of tutorials on how to set this up. You will need a microphone, but not a regular old microphone. It would be more like the one you see right here. I have an image pop up right here. So you would need that kind of a microphone first and foremost. You can do it with a regular condenser microphone, but I believe it's a little bit better if you actually, they have their own microphone as well if you want to purchase that. And the software itself is like $160 right now. I think the microphone runs probably about the same, like about $100 or so. But I'm pretty sure you could find any kind of microphone or whatever similar to that right there for less than $100 if you look on eBay or Amazon or something like that. So let's get to this this plugin right here that I'm using. I am actually set up in the master track, which is right here. I have it on my last chain of effects on my master track, and you just can go for Logic, Machine, FL, whatever DAW you're using. Just make sure you have it on the VST on the last. Let this be the last VST on your chain of process. But once you're done, definitely unarm it, or even just take it off the whole track period. You know what I'm saying? Even though you bypass it or whatever, just go ahead and take it off. Just that way, when you bounce out, that you're not bouncing it out in mono or whatever. But speaking of mono, let's go to the plugin itself, because I had covered another VST that shows you that you can mix in mono, which I definitely encourage you to mix in mono. But this right here has it already implemented inside the VST itself. So it do have a form of clipping, you know what I'm saying, to keep your track from being too hot or whatever in your monitors. Kind of keep it at a good balance level while you're mixing. They do have a wet and dry knob right here, and they have some advanced features as well here that tackles after your left and right speakers and stuff like that. Latency, how fast you're hearing the sound and stuff like that. So it's a lot about this thing, man. Calibration, it's a lot going on with this thing. This is a lot. I'm still kind of new to it, moving around in it, but I'm definitely excited and want to show you guys this. What you see right here, which I'm gonna get back to the mix and mono thing, which you just turn that on right there and then you're mixing the mono. but I will also show you the difference in mixing and mono is what I'm getting to. So, but let me cover this graph chart right here that you're seeing. You see it right here from the frequency response curve, your before, left and right, and then your target, which I want my target to be more straight. There we go. I want it to be more straight. You know what I'm saying? Which is not giving no color. It ain't giving no low end, no high, mid, or anything like that. Just kind of everything is at one level. And so it shows right here that it's corrected in the green, my left and my right, where you can kind of see where my left curve is a little higher than my right curve. I don't know necessarily if that's a good or bad thing. It doesn't look too good to me that my left speaker, my right speaker is not equally the same, seeing that the same speaker and same model. But it happens, and maybe due to the room, maybe the way how they're positioned, don't know. But yeah, so what I want to do now is get them to be flat, which that's what the software does. It flattens them out. So the next thing I want to talk about is the headphones. They do have different models of headphones and references that you can pick if you don't see your specific headphones in here that can be calibrated. You can send it off. You can send your headphones off to get calibrated for additional $100 or so, I believe. But as you can see, they have a nice long list right here of headphones that you can look through and see if you find your specific pair in here, and then plug that in. Seeing that they calibrated a lot of different headphones in here. They also have the Beat Solos, Solo 3s, the wireless joints. That's what's up. But you see the DT presets in here as well. So they got a lot of different headphones in here. But if you don't see the exact headphone that you have or model in here, like I said, you can send them off to get calibrated. It will cost, and they'll send you back the preset for it so you can load it up. And if you're a person like to mix in headphones, your headphones will be balanced, and you'll be able to hear an exact reference of your track and where you need to go from there. Which I highly suggest that everything gets calibrated, your speakers and your headphones, when it comes to mixing. Definitely, because you just want to make sure that your mix travels well in every type of system. And that's why it's so important. I mean, you can be the best producer, beat maker, whatever you call yourself, but if your mixes are not translating on different systems, then it all goes to shit. I'm just gonna be real with you. It's just all for nothing at the end of the day. Because your master, even if you pay for mastering, your mastering is only as good as your mix. Just a rule of thumb on that. So it's important to have plugins like this. I had covered another one by IK Multimedia some years ago. I forgot the name of it at this point. But I like that specific software, but it just didn't do well for me. It didn't do well for me. So I've been kind of like doing everything by ear, but I definitely been still mixing in mono. But so far as calibration, things like that, I haven't been working with the calibration part of it for quite some time, for some years. But my mix has still been on point, but they could be a little bit better. But definitely on point now, and I might just go ahead and just purchase this software right here, because it's definitely a little bit better than the other software I was using for calibration. This one is a lot more better. It gives me a better sound. I do understand it a lot better. It gives me exactly what I'm looking for when it comes to making sure my mixes are balanced and they're traveling well across different systems. So okay, let's get to the demo of this track right here. I'm gonna play it without the mono button on first. And yeah, turn down your speakers because this is not mixed, it's not leveled, it ain't nothing. So it's, yeah, turn down your stuff before I play this. My bad. Alright, so you get a good feel of what's going on with the track. You can hear everything. You can hear the shaker stuff's kind of loud. Like I said, I have not mixed this yet. I was just in the middle of making something for the sake of this tutorial. The beat ain't too bad. It could be a little bit better. But the thing is this button right here. So I'm going to play the beat again, and then I'm going to switch it to mono, and then you'll hear what it's doing, mixing in mono. So as you can see now, everything's being pushed straight to the center, and there's no stereo fill in that at all, which is good to mix that way, because then it determines and lets you know what frequencies, what instruments are sticking out louder than the others, and what do you want to be more dominant in the mix. I've always put my 808s and kick drums in straight middle and mono. And actually, I use the Wave Center plugin to make sure that they're in mono and straight up the middle, because you don't want to have your 808s in stereo. That's kind of weird unless you are doing some kind of weird 808 stuff or whatever in these stereo to do that. But for what type of music I do, I like my 808s and kick drum to be straight up the center and mono. And so I use the Wave plugin for that. But this right here kind of does it for the whole beat. So what I'm going to do is I have it in mono now. I'm going to come out of this window right here, and I'm going to go to the mixer channel. And I'm going to play the track from here. And I'm going to kind of more like focus on the percussion in, because that's the only thing that's in here at this point. I have a sample in here, so I'm gonna just kind of lightweight mix the percussion and the drums to let you know, and you can hear for yourself what instruments are loud, and how I normally mix, should I say. So let's get to it. hear everything kind of balanced at this point. Let me bring up my okay. So you see that right there. So I'm gonna bring up and then now I'm gonna enable it. But mind you, I already have it like in I have center on. So let me turn center off. So I'm gonna turn it off and then turn this on. Okay. So my next thing I would normally do here is go ahead and pan some of this percussion stuff. Because right now ain't nothing pan. I just leveled everything at this point. So we go through and pan everything, and I'll be right back. Alright, so here we are, man, and everything's been panned, leveled out some more. And so what I'm gonna do is play the track now, and then I'm gonna bypass this so you guys can actually hear it, not in mono no more, and not using the Sonar reference for plug-in. So I'm gonna bypass this, and so you guys can actually hear the balance of everything. And as you can see right here, everything is panned. Most of the perks is panned. Hi-hats, perks. That stuff is panned at this point. And we go back here and I turn this on. You'll actually hear it. Everything in mono at that point. Now I'm gonna turn the mono off. Alright. Super dope stuff, man. Get your stuff mixed in mono. It will help your mix translate through all different type of platforms and different devices and listening environments as well. When you mix in mono, and then you also have something like this that actually gives you a good reference of your room. It does analysis and scans the listening environment that you're in and make sure that you are getting the accurate sound that you need in your room, regardless if you're having acoustic treatment all over your walls, if you have none. You know what I'm saying? You're still gonna have some type of color and things that's gonna mislead your ears, and frequencies and things that you may not be hearing going on in your mix that you may need to fix before putting it out here in the world. So this definitely help you in your mixing game. Like I said, you can be the dopest producer in the world, man, but if you ain't got a tight mix, your master mix ain't gonna sound good at all. Everything's based off that mix, man. So mixing in mono definitely is a plus. Making sure your room is acoustically treated. If it's not acoustically treated, or if it is, it does not matter. If you're mixing in headphones, it does not matter. You still need to make sure that you're hearing the accurate tones and things that's going on in your tracks at the end of the day. And that's by purchasing something like this. All right, here is nothing really, 160 something bucks, less than $200. You got you something that's gonna make sure your mixes is on point if you're gonna mix your own tracks at the end of the day. So and that they have the software for headphones alone and also studio monitors. It's so like I said, I got my HSS 8s in here, and I have my DT770s set up in here. Got my nice little template set up, so it's definitely giving me a good reference of my listening environment. And yeah, man. So that away, basically, you know what I'm saying. I'm gonna go ahead and play the track, man, in its entirety, with the sample played, and so you guys can hear it, and with the Sonar 4 track bypassed at its actual true loudness at this point. The link will be in the description. Till next time, is you got King David. I am the plug. Peace.